The Last Rodeo, Angel Studios' newest family blockbuster starring Neil McDonough, hits theaters May 23rd. Become a premium member and get 2 free tickets to see The Last Rodeo on the big screen. Plus, stream other Angel exclusives like Homestead, The Shift, and more. Help choose which movies get made and support films and filmmakers that share your values. Join the Angel Guild now at angel.com/Charlie. Don't miss The Last Rodeo, only in theaters. So, Gianno, let me ask you the root causes, but also how does your passion for fighting America's violent crime now intersect with Mamdani's rise in New York?
Well, I think this is one of the really big cases that I think a lot of conservatives are looking at, even Democrats who are afraid that their party is going to be what it really is a socialist movement. It's far left, it's progressive, it's defund the police, which is what he supports, it's abolish all prisons, which is what he supports. This is an individual who I think is a left-leaning lunatic, period. I don't think you can call it any other way when he's talking about defunding the New York Police Department, which is what he actually supported for as a council member. This is problematic on every level. And I think if New Yorkers actually vote him in, I'm not sure that he's going to get in. I know some people say, hey, if you win a Democratic Party, it's an automatic. But there's a lot of Jewish voters in the city of New York City. So I'm not imagining that he may make it over, but there's always a chance. And if he does, New York City is going to have 2 black eyes on his hand, and the Democratic Party especially, because this is what their party has become.
So, Gianno, you could say this more freely than I can. What is the root cause of this violent crisis in our major cities, Chicago in particular? I look at family dissolution, education, but whenever I debate this, they're only one thing. They say it's lack of money, lack of money, lack of money. It's always about material wealth, which of course you shouldn't discount, but you and I both know that it's not a resources thing. Can you address that? What is the root cause as to why these cities remain so unspeakably violent?
Well, studies have shown fatherless homes create a 20% more likelihood that a person will be incarcerated. We see that a lot in the city of Chicago. I think the drug issue is a very big problem. I think people don't talk about it enough, but I talk about it in my book, The Day My Brother Was Murdered, with Dr. Drew, about how these rappers and this lean product that they have all these kids addicted to, it numbs them out. So all of a sudden, human life means nothing to you. You're numb to it. And the fact that you're seeing violence everywhere, that creates another issue. Another consideration with all of this is the fact that these soft-on crime policies really do have repercussions, true repercussions. If you say I can steal up to $1,000 worth of items, then what do you think I'm gonna do after I've successfully continued to steal $1,000 worth of items? It's gonna escalate. It's a stair. So now all of a sudden I'm robbing someone, all of a sudden I'm carjacking someone, all of a sudden I'm shooting and murdering someone. That's a major issue. There has to be discipline in the home. There has to be leadership. There has to be accountability. And parents, specifically men, we have to do a better job with these children. And that doesn't matter who you are. And it's not racist to name the facts. And the fact that Democrats would often call you racist for naming the facts is quite diabolical, but this is what they've been doing for years. If they don't like the facts, they just call it racist. And that's what we come to.
It's bad for everybody. It's bad for America. It's bad for me. It's bad for Black America. It's bad for our cities. And it's just, I mean, like, so should we name facts or just let Black kids die unnecessarily? And that's the last thought question I have for you, Gianno, because there's a perception that it's just gangbangers getting killed. There's a lot of innocents that get caught in the crossfire.
Absolutely.
Can you please just reiterate that? This is not just, first of all, if it was just gangbangers, they're still human beings made in the image of God. That's not something that we should tolerate. But there are like young girls playing in playgrounds that get shot every summer. University of Chicago students that get shot. Your brother. Talk about the collateral damage to this urban war that we are seeing.
Baby Cecilia is another example that I write about in the book. You're talking about infants. You got senior citizens, the same thing. And part of the reason that Chicago even have the right to have a weapon, which a lot of people have went out and got trained, they've gotten certified, they have their licensing to be able to carry their gun, is because of McDonald versus the city of Chicago. It was an elderly gentleman whose house kept getting broken into by young thugs. And they were abusing him, and he wanted the right to carry. And that's why across the country, across the nation, we now have that right to have it securely in our house, regardless of what the liberals in those particular major cities think. We have to change the trajectory of our country. The Caldwell Institute for Public Safety stands ready to continue to push that, just like we got involved with the George Soros funded
Yes, I love
race
that.
with George Gascon to endorse Nathan Hochman and get involved with his race. So here we are, knowing that there's a problem. I write about the solution in The Day My Brother Was Murdered book, and I encourage everybody to go out and get it.
It is The Day My Brother Was Murdered. Everyone go purchase it. We'll see you at the Student Action Summit. Look, anyone that talks about Chicago, you got my attention. And we shouldn't tolerate it. We're not going to put up with just the continued warfare of thousands of people dying in our cities every summer. It's outrageous. We have to put a stop to it. Giano, thank you so much. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for having me.
It's a terrible situation. We can stop it if we want to, and we should. We have the amazing Student Action Summit coming up literally in a week and a half. Can you believe it? It's going to be an amazing event. We're so excited about the crowds and the energy and the enthusiasm. We have Christy Noem. We have Tucker Carlson. We have Pete Hegseth. We have the biggest speakers in the movement. Let's play it. Let's play Cut 51.
They said Gen Z would stay silent, that we'd back down, that we'd forget what's worth fighting for. But this generation remembers. We remember truth. We remember freedom. And now, we rise. This is more than a conference. It's a call to action, to reclaim the future, to ignite a movement that cannot be ignored. Student Action Summit 2025, featuring the boldest voices in the fight. Charlie Kirk, Secretary Pete Hegseth, Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, Brett Cooper, Secretary Christy Noem, Riley Gaines, Brandon Tatum, Jack Posobiec, Laura Ingraham, Megyn Kelly, Greg Gutfeld, Tom Homan, Congressman Byron Donalds, Russell Brand, Savannah Chrisley. Join thousands of patriots, future leaders, and freedom fighters of all ages. This is the battleground of ideas. This is the Student Action Summit. Register now at sas2025.com.